months ago, I was a different person. I thought I was in the right mind. I had goals and aspirations with big beliefs that I could achieve them. After I did, I felt off, like the achievements didn't feel as incredible and freeing as I imagined them to. I instantly turned to the next big dream, one that required a lot more out of me and wasn't something that can just pop up one day. I started finding myself in a crushing place, one where I knew I was capable of achieving what I put my mind to, yet not being able to go to it. I blamed everything around me, my job, my financial situation, the spot I was in. Anything I can scrutinize and blame for my inability to put myself out there I did, and I was miserable because of it. I felt constant anxiety about what I wasn't doing, but so many walls preventing me from doing it. I stopped myself in my tracks one day and said, okay, clearly something's not working. It was then when I realized just how much my perspective was eating away at my life. I've always known to express gratitude, and would at times, but I didn't realize just how deeply negativity had nudged its way into every area of my life. Upon this realization, I told myself no more, that I need to make it a habit to look for the good in everything. Just by setting this challenge and having it in my mind, I started seeing the extent of what I was dealing with. Multiple times a day, I had to stop myself mid-thought and reframe what I was speaking of. For example, at the time I really disliked my job. So much so, it was causing me emotional turmoil just being there, planning my days. I blamed it for my lack of time and found every little quality I could criticize. I learned to stop these thoughts in the process until I eventually realized, wait, my job's great. It has so many amazing qualities I couldn't get somewhere else. I realized that lack of time feeling was due to me overextending myself and not giving myself time for true rest. This shift in perspective began blending into all areas of my life until one day I woke up to a completely different reality around me. I became ecstatic. I was on top of the world, literally crying about how much I loved my life and all that surrounds me. My situation had not changed, and yet my life had turned upside down. Now, it wasn't actually as easy as saying I'm going to think positively and just doing it, because so much of our thoughts are just like reflex. They live in our subconscious, deeply ingrained into our thought patterns, so it's quite often that the negativity creeps back in to haunt us. While catching these bad thoughts in the moment is the first step, this transition required a lot of deep work. Facing this side of myself began to bring up the wounds that caused these thoughts to be there. I had to work through what was taught to me as a kid and has surrounded me my entire life. The truth is, these thoughts exist as a protective mechanism. Telling ourselves that our situation is to blame for everything we are unhappy with in our lives gives us a feeling of security, because on the flip side, we are required to take accountability for our situations, which can bring up lots of feelings of regret of the things we could have done differently, and fear about what we must do going forward. And thus, you enter purgatory. After doing the hard work to free myself from the bounds of my own mind, I once again found myself here, and I've been stuck for months. While on the one hand, I am extremely happy with my life around me, accepting this level of accountability completely shook my nervous system to the core. This concept of being behind the reins of my life is terrifying, and my body's natural fear response is to freeze, like when I was a flower girl in a wedding as a kid and saw hundreds of heads turn towards me and froze, or giving class presentations and suddenly my mind is wiped of everything I practiced and memorized. This primal response exists to conserve energy while we assess danger and decide our next move. But the human mind is so complex, and the danger is not a predator before us, but the vast possibilities of what we can do with our lives. And there is no right move, so it's easy to get stuck in this frozen state, unable to take action. I've been beating myself up for this inability to take action, whilst not realizing it is quite literally my body trying to protect me. Understanding the root of this response is the first step to exiting this purgatory. The fear doesn't go away. Persevering and doing the things you keep telling yourself that you want to do is the only way to get past it. It's not easy, and there's lots to learn in doing so, but it is possible. I hope this inspires you to begin taking action as well. The first step is to stop falling victim to the things happening in your life. Bad and stressful things happen to everyone, and nothing is perfect. That's just a quality of life. But it's up to you to decide how you want to respond to it. There's beauty and lessons in all experiences we go through. Looking at what you have, rather than what you lack, opens a door of possibilities with no limit. Paradise lies at the other end. It's up to you to get yourself there.